I'm not saying every single white person is racist. That's all they're going to hear. They're not going to hear what I just said. They're not going to hear that part. They're going to hear everything else and they're going to ignore the part that I'm saying right now. I'm not saying every single person is racist. What I'm saying is we need to have more people of color. We need a true representation of the country. We need more blacks. We need more Hispanics. We need more Asians. We need more Native Americans. We need a true representation of America. White people are not just America. Welcome back to the channel. I'm host of Just Another Number 17, and welcome here for the first time if you've never been here before. So I got a jam-packed show today. I brought back my special guest who has been on the show for the past 2 weeks. This is his third appearance in about a month, and gonna try to probably make this a weekly recurring thing. So I'm going to introduce him. And if you watched a few episodes, you know who it is. Welcome back to the show, Tay. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man?
Man, another miserable day in this non-racist society. All jokes aside, it's racist as hell here.
It's
But
racist as
you
shit.
know,
What's up, beautiful people? Nah,
yeah. So yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and get into it, man. So I'm pretty sure you've paid attention to the news this week. I know you keep up on these type of things. I'm pretty sure you've heard about the Supreme Court's latest bullshit decision. So right out the gate, what's your take on it, sir?
hmm. Well, my take is flat out, it's some bullshit. It's straight up bullshit. I don't know what time they are trying to push us back to, but they are trying so hard. They are trying so hard
Mm,
and messing around with the voters' right bill was to protect us and to,
hmm
to, um, I'm looking for the correct words because I don't want to get too emotional behind it. Um, but to strike down, because to strike down
Yeah.
some of these things, it feels like this country that's supposed to be progressive and for all, it seemed like it's going backwards. And you can see that with the way
Yeah.
that you can see that in the ways that ICE is overly going after illegal immigrants, even those that are non-violent. You can see it in a lot of things. And
hmm
this place that we call America is almost unrecognizable than what it was for me 20 years ago. I'm in my 30s. I'm not 60.
Yeah.
This place is
Yeah.
becoming so unrecognizable to what I grew up in. And it's sad because this country has so much potential to be great, but it seems like it's hell bent on putting whiteness before everything.
Yeah. That's my point of view. You have to get these people out of power. And I'm not saying this to be controversial for controversial sake. Lord knows I don't give a shit about being controversial. But the truth needs to be said. And a lot of minorities feel this way. They just won't say it. At least the ones who are sane and not the ones who hate themselves. And we're going to talk about that a little more later on. Um, Foreshadowing. But yes, what I've seen and how all this plays out, I've been getting attacked. I did a video on it the other day, and it's my most recent downvoted video. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. It's talking about the Supreme Court ruling, and they downvoted the shit out of that video because they didn't like my talking points. They didn't like what I was saying, and at first I was a little emotional. especially when I first heard the news. And as I got to sitting as I got to trying to make the content, I was trying not to be quite as emotional. But the more I got to talking about it, I started feeling myself getting angry as I'm recording it. It's like, you know what? I don't care. You know, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, as long as white people are in charge, this is what's going to happen. And they're going to blame me. They're going to, they're going to look at me like I'm racist or something for saying that. No, how the fuck can I be racist? I don't have any power in this country. You're always talking about black people are 13 and 14%. Well, when is the last time 13 and 14% ruled the country? I mean, there's plenty of discussions that can be had about that, but my point being is they've been the ones that have been in power, and we've always had these problems.
Mm-hmm.
There is one common denominator here. They've been in charge. We've had these problems. I'm not saying every single white person is racist. That's all they're going to hear. They're not going to hear what I just said. They're not going to hear that part. They're going to hear everything else, and they're going to ignore the part that I'm saying right now. I'm not saying every single person is racist. What I'm saying is we need to have more people of color. We need a true representation of the country. We need more blacks. We need more Hispanics. We need more Asians. We need more Native Americans. We need a true representation of America. White people are not just America, period. Although I will say this, all the bad shit that America's doing and America's enemies, who are they looking at? They're not looking at black folks
at all.
They looking at who been running the country.
No matter who our enemies are, the only people they never look at is black people. They never look at us. They be like, yeah, we know y'all ain't got shit to do with this. This is them.
Yeah, because they know the history. They know the history.
Yeah, they know the history. And if I don't know, we gotta find a semblance of people with common sense. I feel like that's one thing that's missing in this society. But the literacy rates is what, 50%? Something like that? 50% of the population is illiterate. So I'm just saying, I ain't the smartest man on the planet, but I know what I know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. I will.
God. I just wish. I don't know. I mean, common sense needs to become common again.
Well, I've been saying this for a while, man. We have a lot of stupid people in this country. Like people who are gonna come across my content are probably going to say this guy's an idiot. Well, they're gonna say worse things than I'm gonna say. And I'll be doing videos in the future on that, just going over the reckless comments I receive. But I'm entitled to have this opinion. The reason I have the opinion that I have is most of it is based on facts. You cannot deny the oppression of groups of people in this country. You cannot even deny this is the shit that I'm saying, the mental gymnastics that these people all over the internet, and even some black people are going along with this shit because their minds is fried. They don't understand. They're only looking at this from the standpoint of this is going to hurt the Democratic Party, and this is what they want. They want it to hurt the Democrats. And it's like, I'm not looking at it through that lens. I'm looking at it through the lens of black representation. That's how I'm looking at this. They're looking at it from a political lens. I'm looking at it like this is really going to fucking hurt black folks. And they disagree with my opinions. They disagree with how strongly I convey those opinions. And I'm going to keep saying what I've been saying. I'm going to keep talking like I've been talking. If it's fuck me, then it's an automatic fuck you. And it's always going to be that way. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not trying to just make it about me. I know it's my show, but I'm just pointing this out because of all the bullshit I've been seeing wrote about the content that I'm making. And it's like, it's okay. It's fine. I'm not just using this as a soapbox to get off my grievances. Trust me, I got plenty of time to do that. But this new decision, Louisiana v. Calais or Calais, however you pronounce the term, I don't want to butcher it, but this was an attack on our rights to be able to have full representation. It was 2 black districts in Louisiana. 2. At first, it was 1. Some people of color got together and said, wait a minute, black people are 1/3 of the people in Louisiana. We need another district to complete that 1/3. They got that. Some white people turned around and challenged that. Like, wait a minute. I think it was like, don't quote me, it might have been 6 or 7 districts. I think it might have been 7. Black people had 1. They fought it. They end up getting 2. So wait a minute. Out of 7 districts, black people only have 2. White people have 5. And even then, that's still not enough for you. It's like, why are these black people getting representation? 5-2. That right there, like, how is anybody supposed to prove the intent of a lawmaker with this latest ruling? How is anybody supposed to be able to prove what am I supposed to be, a fucking mind reader? It's like, I can read their minds. I know that they don't like black people, so they're gonna systematically try to gerrymander black people out of existence. So basically you took those districts, you carving them up, and you diluting their power. It's not to say that black people can't vote. You're just diluting their power.
Mm-hmm.
You're shoving them into already white majority districts. You taking their districts, you chopping them up, and you putting them in districts where they don't have the majority, which means they don't have a complete say in who represents them. That's what this is. And it's like so many people are so stupid, they can't seem to understand that. And again, they don't get it because it's not happening to them. They won't understand unless it's happening to them. I'm gonna give you the next word before we move on to the clips, man.
No, man, it's crazy. 2 out of 5, and that's still not good enough. So you want 6. I mean, 2 out of 7. I'm sorry,
They want 7.
but they want all 7, but you can't, because if it's a dense enough population of us, that is a crazy, but I don't expect them. I mean, it's Louisiana. It's the South. I don't, I don't hate the South. I love the South. But the only reason why I'm not a fan of really going there or being there is because I know they racist. I know they racist as shit.
Right.
And, um,
Yep.
shout out to all my brothers and sisters that stay down there, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea.
Right.
And it's Louisiana. Come on. You think they was going, come on. They showing you, you know what I'm saying? They show you what they
They
really
have a
are,
history.
but they never ever, it's almost like sometimes people don't believe us when we say, this is what America is really like. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, that was so long ago. We've had a black president the day Trump first term. I was at work. Um, all the white people at my job was excited. This was an older job that I had. All the white people were excited.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm just shaking my head looking at them being excited. I'm like, this is Donald Trump. This isn't a world beat. Donald Trump can only win if he fighting women. That's all I'm saying. Period. He can only win if he fighting
Yeah.
women.
A lot of us noticed that.
But, uh, one of my, supervisors was like, I'm just talking about, man, I told him, I'm like, man, he gonna mess this country up to an extent you're not gonna recognize it. He was like, you should just give him a chance. We gave Barack Obama a chance. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, well, really, I don't like Barack either, but I'm telling you, the person who just became president is going to make this country something else that you or I won't recognize. And I was in my,
Yeah.
I was about 27 years, what, no, was I about? Yep, I was about 27 years old when that happened. 27.
Hmm.
So I told him, I'm like, bro, it's not what you think it is. But they don't listen. They don't believe us. Now
Nope.
I hope everybody loves the economy right now. Everybody that voted for Trump. Hope everybody love the economy. I wonder, can you afford to
Yeah, of
live?
course.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this segment of the show is, and I forgot to mention it at the start. This is called the hot off the mess segment, not press. Hot off the mess. And so I'm gonna play this clip of Dr. Eddie Glaude. He was on MSNB, well, MS Now. It's not MSNBC anymore. MS Now, and this is him giving his perspective on this latest ruling.
I'm trying to keep myself calm here, Nicole.
Why?
Because I'm really upset.
That's okay.
You get tired of people playing fast and loose with your dead. Mm-hmm. And it was triggered by Obama. You know how many dead people are in the bottom of rivers in Mississippi because they tried to vote? Mm-hmm. How many dead folk, right? Folk who have wounds because of this. And here we are in this moment in the country's history, and we have to deal with this again. You see what I mean? So you think about the glorious revolution, our glorious revolution that produced the Constitution. The courts restrained it, limited it. Dred Scott doesn't extend to us. You think about the Civil War, left 600,000 plus dead. Get the Reconstruction Amendments. We finally look like we're going to try to become a democracy. What do we get? The courts. Slaughterhouse cases. Reduces it. Rolls it back. And now here we are. We've only been a democracy since 1965. Barely then. 15 years later, Reagan is elected, Mobile decision happens, right? Roberts begins his career right there. And so here we are. It's exhausting. And so, yes, we have to get together. Yes, we have to mobilize. Yes, we have to organize. But these people play fast and loose with our dead. They play fast and loose with our sacrifices. They think they own freedom. They can give it to us and take it away whenever they want. And they think we're just supposed to sit here and take this, right? So first of all, I'm just going to express my rage at this decision. And then the second thing we need to do, of course, is to get about the hard work of trying to salvage this democracy as we've done since the moment we've been on these shores.
Where does the first part of it end and the second part begin?
The first part of it ends when we admit, honestly, that racism still occupies the throne of this country. There's nothing about our current days that should lead us to believe that we are in a post-racial world. There's nothing about our days. And then once we admit that, admit of our sins, then perhaps we open up a future for us to be otherwise. But the noble lie isn't noble at all. Racism still occupies the throne of this country. And that's clear to me.
That's powerful. Racism still occupies the throne of this country. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel, but, I agree with them. But, what's your take on everything he said?
No, that was a powerful message. And it's heavy to think that it was a point in time in this country where people that look like us was just trying to be a part of it. And at the bottom of it was killed for it. It takes me back to the point I said earlier, the progress that I thought that would be around by the time I'm this big age. I'm saying that like I'm 60
Mm.
or something. But it takes me back to thinking like, man, like now just looking at it, it's like, yo, what is happening? Like what is truly going on? The sacrifices that my
Mm-hmm.
ancestors made to make sure that I have a right to vote. Even though I'm not going to be hypocritical, I don't exercise it like I should.
Mm.
I did for Barack though. I did exercise it for him. Not gonna lie to you. But it's just, that's just heavy, man. It's just heavy.
Yeah.
And it's almost like those before us that made sacrifices. It's like they doing their best job to make sure it don't matter. Like
Yeah.
at
It's
all.
like a slap in the face to the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I
fucking,
mean,
no, cause
no, go ahead.
no, it's so fucking heavy, man. It's so heavy. Everything that he was saying is so heavy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with his message. I agree with everything he was saying. But then you know how the internet get. The internet got receipts. And when I tell you the internet got receipts, the internet got receipts. So the criticism about Dr. Eddie Glaude is that in 2016, he did not vote for Hillary Clinton. He didn't vote for Hillary Clinton when he knew what was at stake. He knew the Supreme Court was at stake because we had Antonin Scalia had passed away, I think on February 13th, 2016, something like that. And so there was a vacancy on the Supreme Court, and President Obama was still president. And so it's an election year, 2016, Trump versus Hillary. You know, the courts are at stake. Whoever wins gets to replace that justice, that associate justice. And he basically said, you know, if you're not, you know what? I'm just going to play the clip. I'm going to play the clip so people can kind of see it for themselves.
I want to end just by asking you and Langston about your choice for president. Bernie Sanders just endorsed Hillary Clinton. Your thoughts on that? Then we're going to have a post-show conversation.
Yeah, I'm not, I believe like Jose Saramago in Seeing, that wonderful novel written by that Portuguese writer, Nobel Prize winner in 1996, that we should blank out. That those of us who are not in the battleground states, that those of us who are in blue states or red states, that we should just leave the ballot blank. As Melville's Bartleby Scrivener says, I prefer not. I can't stand either one of them.
Langston, your thoughts on the election?
I agree 100%. There needs to be a stance amongst the people that we are not going to simply accept the status quo any longer, especially when the status quo is the very thing that is costing us our lives and our livelihoods. So I personally don't find either one of the candidates favorable in any sense because, again, a change needs to come on the behalf of the people, and I don't believe either one is prepared to bring that change in the manner that we need it.
We're going to have to leave it there.
Now, that was back in 2016, and I believe that was his son that was speaking. I believe it was his son. So this is 2016. He has that same notion while President Obama's president. Hindsight is crazy, ain't it? You can look back 10 years later and see you thought it was bad then. You thought Hillary would be worse than this motherfucker? Are we kidding ourselves? Look, let's come on. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Come on now. Hillary, feel whatever way you want to feel about Hillary Clinton, but I know for one thing, I know for two for certain, and that ain't even come out right. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Hillary Clinton is not a dumb woman. She's not
No.
dumb at all.
Mm-mm.
Especially compared to this orange being. Stop it. So he specifically clarified, this is what the internet leaves out. He specifically clarified, if you're not in a battleground state, you know, you in solid red state, solid blue state, leave it blank. The point being is, you didn't give any inspiration when you knew everything that's at stake. Dr. Eddie Glaude, he's a smart man. You didn't give people hope. You didn't give them direction. You just simply said, I don't like neither one of them, so I'm not going to vote. But if you're in the battleground state, you need to vote. That's inconsistency. You need to stand 10 toes down on it. I wasn't the biggest fan of Hillary Clinton, but I'll be damned if I wanted to see this fucker in office. Like, no, you're not going to sit up there and tell me Hillary would have been worse. You're not going to sit up there and tell me that Kamala would have been worse. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I know for a fact they wouldn't have been worse. You want to know why I know they wouldn't have been worse? Because they would have been the first. They would have been the first of their kind. And we all know, especially black folk know, when you are going to be the first, you know the amount of pressure that's on your shoulders. You know that being the first means that if you fuck up, you're going to set your entire race back generations.
Absolutely.
You're going to go in there and you're going to do your damnedest. That's what President Obama did. He knew he was the first black man to win the presidency, and he did everything in his power to not fuck up. They called him all types of names, called his wife a man, still calling his wife a man. All these type of things. They attacked his children, attacked his family, all these things. And he still had to maintain his composure because he knew that if he indeed gave one inkling of an angry black man, that was going to set us back generations. He had to play the role. He had to play the part. He understood the assignment. He knew the pressure that was on his shoulders. He played his role well. Was he the greatest president? That's up to the history writers. It's all subjective anyway at the end of the day. That's how I know Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris would not have been worse than what we currently have. I know that for a fact. Black people, like I said, I use black people as an example, but even white women understand this. When you the first, they understand the pressure that's on them, on their shoulders. They know who they're representing. This is why I don't buy into that oh, Kamala would have been worse. How the fuck would you know that? Hillary would have been worse. How the fuck do you know that? These two people, Kamala, Hillary, both held political office. Say whatever you want about them, but they won elections. This motherfucker never ran for office. Oh, we need a businessman to run for president so he can treat the country like a business. Well, that's exactly what's happening. That's why the price of everything is through the fucking roof, because all they give a fuck is about money. A business don't care about the people. They don't even care about their own fucking employees, let alone the customers. They care about that bottom line, that almighty dollar. And you want somebody running a country that way? This is why I can't listen to y'all. Y'all not smart at all. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. That's why I'm going to continue. Me and Tay Day here, we going to continue to come out here and keep talking shit. You ain't going to like it. Who gives a fuck? Sorry to go on my soapbox, but
No, I agree with every word you just said, man. Cause I remember in 2016 sitting there. I was so goddamn tired because I stayed up all night because I didn't think none of it was real. I thought it was bullshit. And I'm like, there's no way that this lady lost to this man. I could get into something deeper with the divine feminine, but man, they don't want anything that resembles a woman. And that's the year my daughter was born. I'm holding my daughter watching results come in. That's the year my daughter was born. And I'm just watching and I'm like, baby, I'm telling her as I'm holding her, baby, you about to see the first woman president. The world is changing. I'm telling her this as I'm watching the results. And then it started getting bleak And me and my ex-wife at the time are just looking around like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yep.
Like, what is really going on? When did, like you said earlier, being the first to do anything is under so much pressure to not fuck up so they wouldn't have fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
If Kamala would have won the presidency, do you think we would be at war with Iran right now?
No.
Do you think she would have had the wherewithal to read the room? And by read the room, I mean read the country and see that a majority of us is against it. And
Yeah.
these tariff policies, do you think we would have had all these tariff policies that,
No, that was not even a
that,
program.
that we paid for, and then they getting their money back? So they double dipped. Do you really think that anything that is happening now would be the same? Yeah, might it have been some assassination attempts on her life? Absolutely. I think it has been assassination attempts on a lot of presidents' lives. It comes with the
Mm-hmm.
territory.
Yeah.
But to think that this man is doing a all world job, this man, this man is, man, it's like you kind of become at a loss of words trying to describe the job he's doing, because everybody has worked at a job with a piss poor manager, piss poor, making everything around you worse, but you have to listen to him
Yeah.
because he's the manager. That is what's happening with the country, with the whole entire country. And I'm looking at Congress, House of Representatives. I'm looking at everyone. What are y'all doing? At some point, you have to fight the fuck back.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Republicans are in lockstep. Trump says the stupidest shit in the world, and they go out there and they parrot talking points around what he just said, and they all look so stupid. Like, he could say the stupidest shit, and they'll go out. They're not gonna buck what he said. They're not gonna go against what he said. They're like, well, I guess he's right. Shit, the moon is black. Yeah, they'll say something stupid along those lines.
And,
It's like
and
this
this,
motherfucker
and
could
this,
tell you the sky is pink, and they be like, well, it does look a little pink, like it's blue as hell, bro. Like,
this is my thought on that. Okay. If he's doing all of that shit,
yeah.
at what point do you actually look around and pay attention to your constituents? Have a town hall. Talk to the people in your district. And once you do
They're
that shit,
they're not gonna do that.
yeah, but if they did,
They're not going to do that.
but if they did that, they will actually
Oh
get
yeah.
the sense of the people, and the people will be
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. We are so close to some type of revolution happening because of how fucked we are and how fucked we're
Mm-hmm.
getting.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Me
My
me
thoughts.
too.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, me too.
I don't think so. And the only reason I have that position is because I have no faith in the American people. I don't. I think we're too fat. We're too lazy. We're too complacent. We're too docile. I have no faith in the American public. I'm sorry. And I pray I'm wrong. I do. This is one instance where it's like I'll gladly be wrong, but all the evidence that I see is like, no. And the closest you'll get is to people, turning on their phone, and if they're brave enough to face the camera, make a video. If they're brave enough to upload the video to their channel, to voice their frustration. And that just falls in line with the American doctrine of freedom of speech. We'll give you the speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but sit your docile ass down and continue to take your docile ass to work. Work, work, work. Keep the system intact. You can talk all the shit you want. Like everybody talks shit about the jobs they hate. You can talk all the shit you want, but you're going to take your broke ass to work. Work, work, slave, no retirement. Work hard, work. We gonna pay you crumbs. Oh, and the crumbs we pay you, you ain't gonna be able to buy shit because we gonna increase the price on everything while also increasing productivity, but not your wages. You have no say. You have no power. We do actually, but this is what they advertise to us.
No, you are speaking gospel. I understand what you're saying. It just ain't bad enough. Wait till the week where they can't feed their kids.
Yeah. Yep. And I think we talked about that before. I think we said something along those lines. All right. Well, okay. Ooh, 35 minutes in. Man, time flies. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the I'm gonna move on to the next segment of our of the show called State of the Union ish. So yeah, this is a new segment I'm doing, and I have these clips. This is basically, I was going to title it State of Race, but I'm like, I'm just going to call it State of the Union ish, because what is the union? The union is supposed to be the people, right? Isn't that what Abraham Lincoln thought? This, like, how strong is the union, State of the Union? And the union is the people. The people are what make it a country, and determining, well, I guess it depends. I'm trying to choose my words right here. Depending on the mindset of the populace will determine what your country would be. So if you have a racist ass populace, a racist populace against so-called quote unquote minorities, well, things are not going to be necessarily the best. So so this first clip I'm gonna play, I guess this is a rapper that got arrested named what is his name? Cut'em Reese. Never heard of the guy. That's out of my generation. I don't know this young brother personally, but apparently he got arrested and it went viral. It was all over social media, and I'm just gonna play the clip and we'll get into it after that.
That's insane. I am baffled right now. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just gonna set.
No one just drives around with $60,000 in cash.
Just hang out in front of the car over there. Whoa!
Son of.
Whoa!
You don't like it?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of cash.
That is a lot of cash and a firearm.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a lot.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's 60 grand. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that much cash in person. That's insane. I am baffled right now.
You run out of firearms, you know, please.
Please be stolen. Please be stolen. He's got a concealed carry.
He does?
Yeah. Right here. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just gonna set.
No one just drives around with $60,000 in cash.
Danny makes a good point. Typically with that large of currency, you have to have some sort of like documentation with it for proof of it.
You can clearly hear the cops saying, "Please be stolen." They were hoping that his gun wasn't legal. Turns out the firearm in question was legal. So before I let you go ahead and give your perspective on it, Says rapper Cudham Reese was recently pulled over by police, leading to a surprising discovery. During the traffic stop, officers found approximately $60,000 in bundled cash and a legal firearm in his vehicle. Body cam footage captured the officers' astonishment, with one officer heard saying, "Please be stolen," while counting the cash. Details of the incident. The stop occurred in Florida, and the body cam footage has gained significant attention online. Cudham Reese was cooperative during the encounter, and the cash was confirmed to be legal. Yeah. What's your perspective on what you've seen?
Please be legal. I mean, please be stolen. Yeah, so they could pocket that cash. They was gonna divvy that up. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Please be,
Mm-hmm.
please be stolen. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so it can disappear and you can get that charge. Trust me, because you are going to get the biggest charge for that.
Yeah.
This is why I tell all my African American people, if you have a firearm,
Yeah.
get legal in case of situations like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get jammed up.
Yeah.
And of course, you're a police officer. Of course, you've never seen that much. You haven't seen that much cash and at one time in your life. And because he's black and he has it, I'm pretty sure you didn't like it.
Oh, absolutely.
We all know the biggest gang in America is the cops. Like no, nobody is stupid enough to not believe that because they can get away with whatever they want to get away with. They can tamper
Mm-hmm.
with evidence and make anything look the way they want it to look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad the young brother is safe and he cooperated. I don't
Yeah.
know the extent. I don't know if I don't know if he like had to go, if they took him in or anything. I don't know anything past that, but if he's free, first off, I hope they gave him all that money back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, you have a bigger lawsuit, you have a bigger issue on your hands because if any of that cash comes up missing, considering that they caught it all on body cam footage that they
Hmm.
themselves, the police department, released, then yeah, it would have been a big. He would have had a massive lawsuit on his hands. That 60,000 would have added a few more zeros on it. So,
No,
um,
but
yeah,
I'm happy that he was legal. He looked like a real young brother. He had on a young brother fit. He had on a Nike Tech. He had on a young brother fit. Um,
yeah,
I, I'm glad that he was legal.
yeah,
I'm very proud of him that he was legal. Very proud.
yeah,
Cause it means that we not like like media try to paint us. We are not all, criminals doing criminal things.
right.
Some of us are just doing things that just net us a lot of money and we trying to
There you
do it the
go.
right way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do it the right way.
Hmm.
And that's the majority of us, y'all. It's not some of us. It's almost all of us.
It literally is. It's like, you know, I want to use that as a comparison when you say, it's the majority of us. And I want to use this as an example so that other groups who don't believe a fucking word that we're saying, when a member of your group steps out of line and does something despicable, crazy, racist as hell, and then it kind of makes your whole group look bad, and then you guys come with the perspective of, no, it's just this person or those. It's not a lot of us that do that. Every race or people has their people on the fringes of society. You see how easy it is for y'all to explain away y'all crazy destitute people. You see how the ones, the downtrodden, the dregs of society. You know how you can explain away yours? That's what we're doing. Except the media has always done, because black Americans have always been attacked in this country, physically, metaphorically, spiritually, and every other fucking word you want to throw in there. We've always been attacked. So when we tell you that it's not all of us, the same rules apply as if it was one of your fringe people going out. Oh, like like what's the Gonzalez broad? Yeah. You know how y'all quickly say, well, she's not a full representation of y'all whole community. Right.
Hold on.
Right. You see how that feels?
On that Gonzalez broad or the Gonzalez lady. You don't know how many TikTok posts I have seen of people of her community saying they stand with her. Saying you stand with her means you stand with her comments, with the way she thinks. I'm not gonna even say she
Well,
had a lapse. Maybe she was.
I got you sent me the video actually. I'm going to segue in a second here.
Okay.
To the apology video. I'm gonna play that. But staying on Cutum Reese, I'm glad he cooperated, and I'm glad that he made it out of the encounter alive. So
Absolutely.
here's a tweet somebody said on X. His name is Mike Harvey. Why does their conduct not surprise me? I'm sure there are a lot of civilians who also wish this young artist had a stolen firearm as well. It's a sign that things haven't changed much as much as people or some people are being led to believe. I agree with that.
100%.
So, here's somebody that responded to what he's saying. Robin Smith. The only signs are the ones you hold on to, or they're always the crime statistics. The ones where Black Americans commit the majority of gun violence and crime, change the violent culture, and don't let your children run wild. Going right back to what we just said about stereotypes.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. This is he proved the point that my man's had just made. He said, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that had the same sentiment as the cops. Oh man, I hope that everything he had was illegal. I hope the gun was illegal. I hope the money was stolen. There are people out here who share that same sentiment. And the dude who just commented under that literally just proved his point. Because you're operating under the stereotype of all Black people do that, because that's the news has a narrative that they like to push. And who owns the news? Who owns the news? Who owns the news? Racist white billionaires. Or they're under the control of a white majority conglomerate.
Damn. I thought you was going to say what I wanted you to say, but a lot of people that control the media, whether we want to say it or not, they got a Star David somewhere in their house. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, okay. Well, I ain't gonna get too far into all of that. I understand your sentiments. I'm not trying to shy away from it. I don't want people to think, oh, he's on. No. It's just there's a time and a place, and I got some videos about that in the future that I've been kind of stockpiling to have you on. I know where you stand on that, and I'm trying to save that for a special episode. But
okay,
that just proves the point about, people share this sentiment about Black people. They think we just wild gangsters and thugs and shit. And again, I will say this, and I'm not trying to get these racist white motherfuckers any ammunition, but I will say this amongst our own. We don't do ourselves no favors when we put ourselves in those situations. And it kind of started in the 70s with the black exploitation movies and shit that they did, portraying us as pimps and and gangsters and drug dealers and shit. And it didn't do us no favors, with that type of shit, because people they believe everything that they see, just like they believe everything they hear on the internet, because people are, say it with me, stupid.
Real shit.
They don't have discernment. They don't have critical thinking skills. They don't use, if God blessed them with a brain, it just might just be just like just an organ, but it's a useless organ. Like they don't use it because they can't. They don't have the ability to think. That's what school doesn't do. It doesn't teach you to think. It just teaches you to parrot whatever it is that they want you to do. They teach you how to be a worker, not a thinker. No, don't think, just work. Work. I think I see a theme developing here. But
slave away for the corporation. And the thing that's crazy for anybody who's like, they shared the same sentiment as the officers. Don't get mad because a young black man figured out a way to do something.
Yep.
And you don't have access to doing nothing that he's doing. He's doing well enough. I don't know how good he's doing because I haven't heard any of his music.
Right.
But he's doing well enough where he could roll around with $60,000 in cash. How good are you doing? And it looked like he just got it from the bank because it had the tape around it. So he got it from the bank. So that means that he has a bank account. I don't know what's in his bank account, but he's doing fine. Don't be mad because you can't do it. You wanted it to be stolen because it's like, there's no way this black man figured out a way to get money.
Ah, come on.
And
You're giving him too much credit. They're not calling him a man. They're definitely calling him something else.
Yeah, no, real shit. They're like, how the fuck this nigga get all this money? Yeah, don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'm gonna segue back to what you were saying about the I think, what is it, Ashley Gonzalez? Is that what her name? So she released an apology, and I'm just gonna play the apology, and we'll go from there.
I just feel really bad. I just feel really bad that I was just mentioned and it's just so toxic, and I'm just so sorry about that. That is, as you can see, that's not my content. That wasn't my content back then. And I don't know, I just feel really bad. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I think I just need to go to therapy. And I need to go to church. And I just need some like self-reflection, honestly. Because that was just so nasty. But anyway, I just wanted to formally apologize and say I'm so sorry if I hurt your feelings. So, anyway, I hope y'all can forgive me and just get over that nasty post. I deleted
it. Thoughts. Okay. You're not a white woman. Those aren't white woman tears. No one cares. No one cares, lady. America's not going to rally behind you because you cry. Whatever. Second off, remember, I think when you played the video and I had the conversation, trust me, I'm 1,000% sure she was mad at a nigga that fucked her and didn't fuck with her again. I'm almost 100% sure. Oh, I state my life on it now. Third, she's a narcissist. She's in there trying to apologize, and the only thing she's concerned about is her ponytail. So you could tell everything that she was saying had no merit in anything. I'm checking body language.
Noticed that too, yeah.
She might be a psychopath. I'm not sure. But trying to be better. Lady, we don't care. You can keep your apology. You can keep it. We don't need it. Be who you are. Exactly. Don't change. I'm sorry
Yeah.
if I hurt your feelings. Really didn't hurt our feelings. This
You just
is,
showed who
this
you
is,
were.
yeah. It's like, but this is why the majority of your community, or not the majority, but a lot of people from your community voted for Donald Trump. And who got their foot in their ass first? Was it your community? Absolutely. How many people wore the MAGA hats that were from the Latinx community, and then they fathers or they mothers get deported and now they crying on camera like, this is unfair. You should bring, no. You voted for this. You wanted this. This is what you wanted. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. But don't judge us. Don't judge us all because the nigga didn't like you personally.
Mm-hmm.
Don't judge us all. Be mad at him. Don't be mad at us. And, and I
Go
hope
ahead.
I hope that you gain nothing from this. I've seen a lot of people post a lot of people from your community post, I stand with her, which means they share your same sentiment.
I've seen it
And
too.
they should stand with you because they believe it as well. We always, uh, black folks always include everyone. The black and brown coalition, which black isn't real. We are all really brown, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just a terminology, but I get that. But we always include everyone, but on the back end, they really hate us and they use us to push their agenda to get what they need as well.
Yep.
And I wish we would become smarter enough or smart enough to be like, no, you are not included in this. This is only for me. This is only for my people. If you want your own, fight for it yourselves. But that's the crazy part. They don't like us. But when we fight for the things we fight for, they see us. And a lot of times that's how shit really get changed. Then people attach
Mm-hmm.
themselves to us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go too much longer on it, but, fuck you, lady. Your apology is not accepted.
Um.
And you look like a torta. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone after that.
Oh Lord. Um. uh. I know a little bit about that, but anyway. I'm just going to say. I'll make this quick. Granted, my initial reaction to seeing how she was, it's like, okay, yeah, fuck you. I think the only reason she's really apologizing is because she's felt the swift hand of consequences on that ass. She lost her job. She has this tag assigned to her now. And it was a tag that she wasn't prepared to stand 10 toes down on. It's like you went right up to the line, felt the wind at your back, and then you stepped right over that line and didn't like that backlash. So now you're trying to get back behind that line. But you already crossed the line. And a lot of people, myself included, have a hard time forgiving people. Even though I'm under the clear-cut understanding that I do believe in second chances, I do. But it's harder to believe in second chances when you mean harm to people, right? Because you were in a position of power. You had the power, like you said in the video. The next black person I see is going to jail. You had the power to take away a black man or a woman or any person. Well, you were talking about black people, so I'm going to stick to black folk. You had the power to take away a black man or a woman's freedom. You had that power. Of the trumped up charges, police have a history of, planting false evidence in people's cars saying, oh, what's this on the back seat? I don't do drugs. Like, I don't know how that got there. Actually, that's your shit. I know how it got there. It's your shit. You put it there. And they've been caught in the act of planting evidence on camera in some cases. So let's not act like, I'm not finna go down that rabbit hole, but people like her, you're going to face the wrath of your consequences. Deal with it. Just accept it. As far as the crying isn't coming from a place of, I'm sorry I hurt black people, because she's saying, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. That's not a meaningful apology. It's not meant. What you're crying for is you're crying off the backlash. You're crying that you lost your job. You're crying that now you're perceived as to be, instead of sugarcoating it, a racist bitch. You don't like it. You don't like the tag that's been associated with you now. And so that's why you're crying, because of whatever future prospects that you may have had have went down the drain. And you don't really want to, you're not really fully ready to commit and align yourself with that other side. But you spoke to that other side, but you don't want to necessarily align yourself with them now, which is weird. But anyhow, so I do believe in redemption, but that also comes with time. You need to put in a lot of good works to actually prove that you are not who we perceive you to be. It takes work. work. We do have a theme here. I see it now. It is a theme. It's not planned. It's a theme. Work is a theme.
Work.
Um,
No, I'm gonna be honest. I could see her saving a black baby from a burning building, and I would still call her a racist bitch. It won't change my mind. There's no forgiveness.
No, look. I know that a lot of us black folks share that sentiment. Like, I'm being diplomatic here. Okay. I'm giving how I really feel about it, but I'm also being diplomatic about it. Now, mind you, everything that I'm saying is coming from like a third person point of view. I didn't say this is where I stand. I didn't say this is me. No, I'm in complete agreement with you. I'm just saying, I agree. I understand that redemption can sometimes play a part. People can redeem themselves because people make mistakes. Not saying that this was a mistake. That's not what I'm saying here. Don't misconstrue my words, audience. But what I'm saying is people can go out here and fuck up, and they can be redeemed in most cases. Not everything can be redeemed. And a lot of people will say, no, you can't come back from this. I would say it depends. It depends if you're willing to put some skin in the game and shed some blood. Then we'll see.
No, for me, forgiveness is in the Bible. I'm not in there at all. I'm not in one passage. I'm not in one scripture. I'm not in none of that. I've seen you for what you are, and it don't matter what she says. I don't want to be diplomatic about this because I am tired of everyone else who's a minority in this country trying to shit on us just so they can cozy up next to whiteness like that is what it is. It's a norm.
And that right there, look, I'm not trying to cut you off, but that's a good segue to one of the other clips that I'm going to play.
All right, let's get
it. And here we go.
If the brown community has not learned from the black community, well, there's proof that they haven't learned because they thought that they were white or whatever you want to call it. They thought that they weren't black. Let's say it like that. They thought that they weren't black, and they are currently finding out the hard way. You need to learn, because I'm sorry, black folks have been messed with for entirely too long. And then it's the powerful racists that are doing this stuff. To me, I think that they realize that they can't be pushing black people. So instead, what they did is they want to level up to the brown people, and they're tearing them up, getting all the loose ends, all the ones that don't have papers, and those are the loose ends. And then they're going to come back down. They're going to get the brown ones with the right papers, and then they're going to work their way back down to the black folks, because black folks just can't rest.
The only issue I take with what he said was, you know, work their way up to the brown folks. I get what he's saying. It just rubbed me the wrong way when you make it seem like black people are just at the bottom. Again, I understand the context. I understand what he's saying. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, where it's like you put brown above black, and through the white lens, he may actually be correct. But as a black man listening to that, it's just like, I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I just don't like how it's coming out. You know what I'm saying?
And the truth be told about what he was saying, because I got a problem with that as well. White people see us as above all of y'all. And I really don't know if y'all know that. When it comes to the things that's protected by law, it's if we don't get it first, they don't want nobody else to get it. Cause they like, well, y'all ain't got no skin in the game. These motherfuckers got skin in the game. And remember, I was having a conversation with a nationalist. I'm not going to call him a white nationalist, but I think he was. I really do. I'm not going to call him that though, but he was a nationalist for sure. He was a Christian nationalist. He said, I'm tired of everybody else coming over here, taking a step ahead above. These are his words verbatim. Taking a step above y'all and trying to act like they better than y'all, when the reason is why they got or are included in any of these things is because y'all fought for it. These are his words. These aren't mine. Y'all fought for it. They are benefiting from it. Should none of them get it if y'all don't get it? Y'all should have first crack at it.
I agree.
But he did say his truth too. You know, they gonna go a step above because that's how we think. And why did he say a step above? Because he feels like Latinos or the Latinx community is closer to whiteness. You know what I'm saying? They are closer to whiteness. So, you know, a step above, that's what he's saying, really. But no, not even Ann Coulter, who I thought was a racist asshole. If you have seen any of her clips when she talk about this subject, she was like, if black people don't get it, I don't know what everybody else is fighting for, because they're the ones who actually got skin in the game. None of y'all got skin in the game. They got skin in the game. She should have included Native Americans. I really hate when they separate Native Americans from us, because we are kind of in the same exact fucking boat. You know what I'm saying? It should really be Native Americans and black people. That's it. You know, but
they always
that's
get
just
excluded because, you know, they were genocided. So
yeah, but most definitely it was a genocide. And yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, if they learn from us, it don't seem like they really learn from us. It really don't. It seems like they like the things, they like parts of our culture, but they hate niggas, like, specifically. I don't know. I don't know how many times you've ever tried to go to a Mexican town and not go sit down and eat at a restaurant, but like go to like taco stand, or, you know what I'm saying? And you don't really you feel welcome by the people that you're getting your food from, but the people else that's around, they don't really welcome you. At least in my experience. That's just mine.
I mean, you know, we could talk about that off mic without giving away too much stuff like locations and shit. But
Okay.
yeah, I know what I think I get the gist of what it is that you're saying. As far as that's what I named this video. Like I named it brown, not white, as the sense of, you know, you're brown, you're not white. No matter how light your skin is, you're not white. And as much as you try to be that, they don't see you as that. And this is a perfect segue into the next video that I had lined up in this segment, because it's literally the same thing about, minorities, so-called minorities. We're really the global majority, but we're not really minorities. But yeah, man, I just, or did I don't even think I uploaded it. Ooh, I'm slipping today. I don't even think I uploaded it. No, I didn't upload it at all. I'm tripping. It's okay. I'm uploading it right now. But yeah, it's a perfect segue into what I'm finna get into about they all share this sentiment. And it's not just Hispanics that feel that way. I don't know why people get this sentiment to where they feel like they can just look down on black folks. It's like, well, through science and through DNA, it's been proven that, black people was first people on the planet. You all descend from us. How could you possibly hate the original? The reason y'all look the way y'all look is because of climate, the environments that you were in, the environments you stayed in. And over time, this is what happens. Colder climates produces lighter people. This is a scientific fact. So, but anyway, that's enough, small talk and delay while a video loaded up. Let's just get to it. Oh, it's not going to play now? Oh.
Be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
White. So I'll get white privilege.
If you had white privilege for a day, what would you do?
Oh, that's a hard question, actually.
What would I do? Honestly, just live. You can't really pinpoint whatever it is unless you contrast it. Like if everyone's white, you can't really see it, but if you contrast it to other races, that's when you actually see it. The struggles that others face, most of white people don't face, that's when the privilege comes in.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
I feel this is a trick question. Honestly, white, because white privilege.
What is your current race?
Asian, ethnicity Vietnamese.
Vietnamese?
Yeah.
What's one thing you take pride in about being Vietnamese?
Our family values my culture. We're very proud of being Viet, but also, after COVID it was a little bit scary.
If you could experience white privilege for a day, what's the first thing you would do?
Honestly, just walk around. Even as a white, ideally as a white male, just walk around and be able to be safe in my own skin.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
I think we both would agree on the answer. I would say white in today's world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm very starstruck right now. You're very handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, this is I would say any race. I'm Indian, so I would say white probably in this country, so I could get to where I really want to get to because of glass ceilings. And then
if you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
I wouldn't be any other race. I like my race.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
Black. No, I'm just gonna say the same thing. I don't think I would be anything else.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
Damn, I don't think I would want to be any other race. Being black is fun.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
None. I love my race.
What's your race?
I'm mixed.
Mixed with what?
I'm Brazilian on my mom's side and Afro-German on my dad's side.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
I wouldn't want to be any other race. I want to be black, so I'm good on that.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
I wouldn't be another race.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
I wouldn't want to be any race other than mine.
What's your current race?
I'm black.
If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
Ooh. I don't see myself as any other race.
What's your current race?
Black.
What's one thing? If you could be any race other than the one you are, which would it be?
White.
Why white?
The freedom and the independence.
Do you see the correlation there? Do you see it? Do you see it?
Hey, no, real shit. Whoa. But if you ask black people, I swear to God, none of us is changing. It was like, if reincarnation is real and I come back and I have any memory and I'm not black, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I'm pissed.
exactly. Upset.
Like, bro, why would you make me this bullshit? I ain't want to do this. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's great over here. The love over here is real.
Mm-hmm.
The spirituality over here is real.
Yeah.
The connection to the planet Earth is over here is real. Like this isn't a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you know what you are, you know who you are, you solidified in it. There's nothing else you will want to be. But you
Right.
asking everybody else who they would want to be because all they thinking about is getting ahead. They're not thinking about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
She's proud of her Vietnamese heritage. Said that fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But, she's proud of her heritage. She just want to walk around as a white man just to feel it.
Yeah.
And it's like, she said, Vietnamese, she's Vietnamese
Mm-hmm.
and she just want to know what it feels like to be, a white man.
Yeah.
So how proud are you of your heritage really?
That's a great
That's
question.
real. That's really what it is. Cause I'm in America and even though I know my history is deeper than slavery,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing in me that will ever want to be anything else. It's,
Exactly.
it's lit. It's lit as fuck over here. We don't know what
Yeah.
y'all doing, but it's lit as fuck over here, bro.
And you know what's crazy about that is that's not my first time hearing that question. Like I've heard that question in real life, and I've had discussions with obviously black people in real life, other black folks. We didn't been in our talks, been in our circles, been in our groups. We've had this conversation. So it is universal. It's like a secret, and I don't even mean to say this because I don't end up wanting to get us, experimented on or some shit like that. You know how they get. But it's like we have a universal telepathic message amongst each other. It's like after the election when Trump was elected the second time, we just all kind of universally just like shut down. It's like we didn't have to talk to each other. It's like we just all knew. It was just in us. It's like a DNA code. It was just in us, just like, nope, nope, y'all got it. Nope. We ain't helping. We ain't doing nothing. We not going out protesting. We ain't doing none of that. Nope. Y'all got it. This what y'all wanted. It's what y'all get. Y'all got it. We just like understood. It's like we understood the assignment. We got on code universally, telepathically. Nothing needed to be said. It's like we all understood it. And the same thing applies here. It's like, what race would you rather be? I can't, like the woman said, I can't see myself as anything other than black. Like, no, I don't want to be nothing other than black. Every lifetime, like I don't care how hard and how difficult it is. Well, you can have an easy life if you choose to be white. No, no, I don't want to be white. You can have that. No, none of us want that. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
No,
It's weird.
it's, I don't think it's weird. I'm gonna
No,
tell
no, I'm
you,
saying it's weird. It's weird for people to want to be something other than what they are. That's what's weird to me. That's what I mean by weird. Not us.
no, I think we feel divinely connected to something,
Mm-hmm.
to the fact that we'll never change it. Because, like I said, it's something about the way that we are. Even, I'm talking about across the diaspora,
Yeah.
across the diaspora. I think it's a thing that will, unless they are completely whitewashed,
Yeah.
unless they are completely whitewashed. But across the diaspora, nobody will change. Nobody will change.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think I want to be something else? Hell no. No, I want to be this. I don't know what's happening everywhere else, but this is where it's at right here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, uh, like I say, I thought that was just a good. I thought that was a good contrast to throw in to just see how other people think, and it's no wonder. It's no wonder um why black people have a hard time trusting other minorities, so-called minorities. because a lot of them have this same sentiment as far as you want to be white, you want to be closer to power, you want to be white. You see yourself as being white or being along those lines. You see yourself as being equal to them, and you view us black folk as less than the bottom. You associate us with the bottom.
And the part that's crazy is that in that clip, the Indian man, he told the brother, I feel like you'll feel the same as me. I want to be white. And I'm like, oh, brother, I'm 1,000% sure you're wrong. He probably heard you.
Sure you're wrong.
He just wanted the content. He didn't want to correct you and be like, oh, not at all, bro. Not even a little bit. The way I walk, the way I talk, the way I think, the way I breathe, the way I feel connected to the source that's above me, it feels different. It don't feel the same.
Yeah, man. I picked up on that too when I saw that. I just forgot to mention it, but yeah, you got to be foolish to think that other people feel the same way as you. Yeah, y'all may be similar in skin complexion, but the mindset is drastically different. Clearly.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
You're not happy being Indian. Like, take pride in that. Take pride in not being white. Now, he did say he would only want to be that because he would use that as a stepping stone to get to where he actually is trying to go, or whatever it is he actually trying to do. But what that shows is like, then you all know, you all are silently acknowledging that white supremacy exists. It's more than just a mindset. You all are exhibiting it in your frame of thinking. It's like,
no, bro, you are absolutely correct. You are exhibiting it. You are saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, we'll move on to the last video in this here segment. And this was one of the late entries. I had like the whole show planned and everything, and then I saw this one and I'm like, nope. I got to incorporate this one into the video. I got to. So here we go. And it's back along the lines of going back to what we discussed earlier as far as the Supreme Court decision.
Okay.
I am so fucking tired of white men cosplaying the apocalypse. The only fucking reason why we needed the goddamn Voting Rights Act in the first place is because of white men. I don't care that you don't fucking see the value in it. Neither did your great-grandfather. And that's the fucking reason we have it. It got passed in the fucking 60s. I am tired of it. I'm tired of fucking pretending that the motherfuckers responsible for us needing it aren't alive. They're alive, and you call them grandma. So no, white boy, I don't care what the fuck you think about the goddamn Voting Rights Act. I don't care. I don't care what any white person thinks about it. At fucking all. Because the only reason we need any of this shit is because white people needed to be told in writing not to be awful. That's why. You guys don't like that part, but that's what laws are. They're telling you not to be a piece of shit. It's very weird that we have so many fucking laws surrounding race because white men won't fucking be better. They won't be better. They won't do better. It doesn't fucking matter what year it is. In the year of our Lord, 2026, we are still discussing the merits of black people fucking voting because you are not different than your fucking ancestors.
I don't think there's anything that I can say to follow up or even begin to try to match that young brother's energy. I am in 100% agreement of everything that he said. Mic drop moment.
No, you know what? I will second that motion. I don't think I can add too much more to that because it is the truth. It's laws was written for protection for different classes of people. Cause at one point we was 3/5 of a human. And what the fuck is 3/5? I'm still trying to understand that you're 3/5 of a human.
You
What
won't.
the
It was
fuck?
done for political. It was done for political reasoning and for basically like what's going on now when they do the census and basically for votes for the electoral college and all of that. That's what it was done for.
That's why I don't fill
Mostly.
out the census. That's why I don't fill out the census. I wish somebody would knock at my door and be like, how nobody lives here. I don't even live here. Like I'll just start like, get the fuck off my doorstep. I'm not sending in nothing. Don't worry about how many of us is in this country. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Yeah.
what type of people are in this country. Don't worry about it. I'm paying my taxes. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm making this bitch go. But that's
Yeah.
a different point. It's, I don't know. That's very refreshing to hear us talk like that. I love that
Yeah.
video. I love it so
Mm-hmm.
much because he's saying things that a lot of us discuss amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really say it out loud. Y'all
I
think
mean, I
y'all
do,
have this.
but yeah,
Yeah, but
I don't
I'm
say
just
it
saying
quite like he did, but yeah.
yeah, but if y'all knew the conversation that the black people in America have, it would blow your mind.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Hmm? Why not?
I don't need to give them any more reason to be in black folk business more than they already are. Nosy as
So
fuck,
we, hold
concerning
on, wait,
themselves with shit that ain't got nothing to do with them.
but listen, true, but we are not over the internet saying the things that we talk about. We keep that behind closed doors because we know that
Well,
there's a motherfucker. No, because we know there's a motherfucking, this ain't for y'all. This is for us. And we keep it that way.
but that's the point I'm making. That's what makes this worse. It's because we don't talk about it publicly, because we don't talk about it over the internet. And it's like, oh, so we need to find where they are. We need to go to where they are. And you know how that looks like historically when they come to where we are. Usually it's when they leave, it's whatever we had is in ashes. People lose their
Mm.
lives. This is what I'm saying. I'm speaking from a historical perspective. No, I don't want you. This is why I'm so against gentrification and all of that. It's like, no, I don't want you coming to where we are personally, but it's like, that's why I'm cautious about some of the things I say on here because it's like I'm giving my 100% authentic self. I scale it back slightly sometimes because it's like, nah, especially with stuff like this. Like, I don't want y'all in our business like that. Like, leave us the fuck alone. How many times have you seen black people like just leave us alone? Like, literally, just leave us alone. It's that simple. And when we say stuff like that, that's why I said earlier, like, I got to be careful how I say this. It's like we just kind of speak telepathically. Like, I don't want them kidnapping black people and start operating. They're like, what makes them tick? We got to figure out, let's cut their heads open and we got to figure out how this works. Like, no, I don't want black people losing their lives off that because you know how crazy they get. You know how they think. Look at history. Do not judge me based off what I'm saying. You're going to downvote the video, of course, because you don't like what's being said. But I am saying these things looking through history. And your rebuttal to that is, I'm stuck in the past. Well, I'm not stuck in the past, especially we just talked about Ashley Gonzalez, right? That didn't happen 20 years ago. That happened last week. So what are we talking about? Well, she's not white. She shares your mindset. Racism is a power structure, but to begin to even have that power structure starts with a mindset. It starts here. Because whatever's created in here, whatever's thought of in here, these hands get to creating things. They can create or they can destroy. Starts with the mind. The mind is the most powerful weapon in the world. Ideologies are started and built from the mind. Language is learned because of the mind. Everything is done with the mind. It's a mindset. So, it's everything that I'm saying is coming from a historical perspective because the mindset never died. And like my man said, I've said it before. America got me sounding like Bernie Mac. America. America, you will never, let me say this the best way I can in the non-threatening black man voice. America, you will never be able to legislate your way out of racism. It's not going to happen. Like he said, y'all needed for shit to be wrote down to get you to act right. You needed laws to tell you that what you were doing was wrong. I don't know what else to say about that. You don't have it in your conscience to know that hating someone based on race is wrong. And see, they're going to take everything that I've said on this show. They're going to take everything that you said. They're going to take everything I've said in my videos, and they're going to assume that I hate white people. No, I don't hate you. I'm just calling you out on your bullshit. Same way y'all try to cherry pick statistics and try to call black people out on their bullshit. Oh, we're drug dealers. We're criminals. We're all of this. But then it's like, well, what are y'all? What are y'all? What crime statistics do y'all lead the way in? Does kids come to mind? Does school shootings come to mind? And before we can even talk about anything else, y'all steal continents. Y'all genocide entire groups of people. We're not the same. We're not the same. So I don't hate white people. I just call you out on your shit. You don't like it. You have a very a visceral emotion to when you're being called out because y'all don't like what y'all do to other people. See, when they get to talking about history, y'all don't like being lumped in with your ancestors. Just like we don't like being lumped in with the people who you perceive as to breaking laws and selling drugs and committing crimes and all this dumb shit. I don't like being lumped in with them because I'm not the one doing it. But you're going to do that based off what? So I'm going to do the same to you. Disrespectfully, of course.
Hey.
Yeah.
That shit tough. That shit tough, man.
But I agree with everything the brother said.
No, I
I'll
agree.
give you the final word on this.
100%. No, he was preaching gospel. He sounded like a prophet. My soul caught on fire. I was ready to go. I'm like, I'll follow you, brother. Whatever you saying, I'm with it. Cause he was speaking nothing but truth.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but truth.
Yep.
And thank him for being as honest as he could be with his response. You know?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that takes care of that block. So we're going to move on to the final, the final block of the show. And I'm calling this one Sanity Check. So this week's edition of Sanity Check is going to be a political one. So this one starts with I believe he's a senator. Yeah, Senator Blumenthal from Connecticut. And I guess he was talking to I guess some federal court nominees. They were nominees to the federal bench. And you know, when anytime a judge is being nominated, they have to go be confirmed through Congress. And I think this was a confirmation hearing. So I'm gonna play this one.
All right.
Who won the 2020 election?
I'd say that that President Biden was certified the winner of the 2020 election.
He won the election. Is that your response?
Senator, I think my response is he was certified as the winner by counting the electoral.
So you're unwilling to say he won the election. How about you, Mr. Roberts?
I have this same answer as my colleague, Senator.
Same answer as the previous one?
The previous nominee. The Senate did.
Mr. Coons, how about you?
Thank you, Senator. And I have the same answer as Mr.
Same
Hendershot.
answer. Unwilling to say that Joe Biden won the election, correct?
As Mr. Hendershot said, it has become a matter of political concern, and Joe Biden.
Well, it's a matter of
certified the
political
winner.
concern, but it's also an issue of fact. Is it not?
Joe Biden was, in fact, certified the winner of the 2020 election.
Mr. Mark?
Same answer, Senator.
What would be wrong with
I am amazed and really appalled that nominees for a lifetime appointment to the federal bench are unwilling to respond on an issue of fact. And I'm not going to try to get an answer out of you because clearly you've been rehearsed to provide a stock answer, which I think really reflects not only on your honesty, but really on your fitness to be a federal judge, because you are supposed to be independent and to arrive at the truth based on the evidence before you. And I think it's pretty irrefutable that Joe Biden won the election, but you're unwilling to use that word because you are afraid. You are afraid of what? President Trump? That is exactly what we do not need on the federal bench today. We need jurists who are fearless and strong, not weak and pathetic.
Now, I thought this would be a good addition for Sanity Check because we have got to be an insane country to put people on these lifetime appointments that can't even admit to facts. Like he said, it's evident based. Joe Biden won the presidential election. It's evidence based. And I was glad that he used that terminology, because what do you need in a court of law? Evidence. You need evidence. It's not about what you know. It's about what you can prove. And here he is tossing out facts, trying to get them to at least admit to the facts. You want to be a judge, but you can't even admit to the facts of something that doesn't even concern you. How can you be trusted to sit behind the federal bench when you are literally playing the judge to the outcome of whatever trial you're presiding over? Which means you're being the judge. You're going to decide the fate of that case. You're going to decide the fate of that defendant or plaintiff, depending on the case. Most likely defendant. You're going to be the judge to decide what happens in these cases. And those judgments have to be rendered in facts. And so none of these men are qualified, in my opinion. This isn't coming from a political standpoint. This is coming from exactly how I broke it down. This is coming from, it is a matter of fact. Apparently, it's a matter of fact that Trump won in 2016. We didn't like it, but apparently he won. There wasn't any evidence that came out and said, oh, well, they cheated. And if it is any evidence, they did a hell of a job hiding it. But all of a sudden, This orange bastard doesn't win in 2020, all of a sudden it's rigged. He was saying that same shit in 2016. Oh, if I don't win, it's rigged. Oh, only if you don't win. He was saying the same thing in 2024, going against Kamala. Well, if I don't win, it's rigged. And then I did a video about him and his own words saying how they are worded the election in his favor. Got to be careful. You know, YouTube and their censors. So my point being is these guys are not qualified.
Not even a little bit. They are not qualified, or you can tell the bias, and they are about to get a lifetime appointment. It should be, about to get a lifetime seat. It should really be terms on everything. Supreme Court on down. It should be a term on everything.
Yep.
Because if it's not, we get people to think a certain way to vote the way they did on the voting rights bill. And, it's insane that in that video, we sat there and watched them say the same thing back to back to back. That should disqualify you almost immediately. I'd be like, oh no, you can't sit there. You can't sit there. Cause you're gonna get behind that bench and you're going to have a bias on everything. No matter the evidence, no matter what's going on. So I wish nothing but the worst and only the worst for them. Only the worst. But who am I? I'm just a man who notices this little bullshit that they've been pulling for a very long time.
Yep. So that's the first video. It's only 2 videos. That's the first video insanity check. I think it fits because we have to be insane to see the shit that's presented in front of us and think that it's acceptable and think that it's okay. And I was glad. I'm assuming he's a senator. I don't think he's a representative. Senator. Yeah, he's a senator. Senator Blumenthal. I was glad that he broke that down the way that he did to put them on the spot, to point out the hypocrisy, to point out the bullshit. So, here's the very last video.
Mr. Mark, is President Trump eligible to run for president again in 2028?
Senator, without considering all the facts and looking at everything, depending on what the situation is, this to me strikes as more of a hypothetical of something that could be
It's not a
raised.
hypothetical. Has President Trump been elected president twice?
President Trump has been certified the President of the United States 2 times.
Is he eligible to run for a 3rd term under our Constitution?
I would have to review the
All I need to
actual
tell you
wording of
is
it.
the language of the constitutional amendment that makes it clear that no, he is not eligible to run for a 3rd term. Anybody else brave enough to say that the Constitution of the United States prevents President Trump from seeking a 3rd term? Anybody willing to apply the Constitution by its plain language in the 22nd Amendment? Nobody. All right, let's move on.
Do you see the insanity? The 22nd Amendment is clear as all outdoors. The 22nd Amendment to the United States Constitution establishes a limit on the number of times an individual can be elected to the office of president. Core provisions. Term limit. No person can be elected to the office of president more than twice. The 2-year rule. If an individual succeeds to the presidency, e.g., a vice president taking over for a deceased or resigned president and serves more than 2 years on that term, they can only be elected to one additional full term of their own. Maximum service. Effectively, the maximum amount of time a person could serve as president is slightly less than 10 years. 2 years of an inherited term plus 2 4-year election terms. That's it. He was elected twice, 2016, 2024. This isn't even up for debate. Do you see the insanity? That's why I called this sanity check. Are we fucking going crazy?
No, but that white power, that white power feels so good when you're in charge. It feels so good when you're in charge. Would y'all really like any more time of this, administration? Would y'all like it? Do y'all think that is worth it? How many of you are struggling to pay your mortgage, health insurance, your bills?
Rent.
How many of you, how many of you are struggling to do anything right now? Where it seems like the safest and best thing is to stay in the fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
Sanity check. Nobody in that room said no. Nobody in that room. It was just quiet. And in my motherfucking head, I'm like, these niggas is crazy. Just straight up. These niggas is crazy.
I think it fit right. I think I chose some good videos for the sanity check segment.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
'Cause we got to be losing our fucking mind here.
Like,
and
what the
to
fuck
your point, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, what the fuck is really going on? Like, when did you can see things and be like, well, nope, that's not there. What the fuck is happening to the country called the United States of America that nobody is paying attention to anything, and anybody can say anything to change it to mean whatever the fuck they want it to mean? Oh, the economy is in the shitter. Fake news. How the fuck is it fake when I feel it? These people, oh God.
It's
These
US. It's
people-
not USA anymore. It's USDA. It's USDA, man. United States of Dumbasses. That's what it is.
You ever seen that movie Idiocracy?
I am going to watch it the second I get off of here. I looked at it. I wanted to watch it. I know it came out a long time ago, but I've never seen it. A lot of people told me I should watch it. I'm like, I'm going to watch it.
It's almost like what's going on. I feel like we are on that tread to, I won't give you any spoilers.
In history, huh?
In history. If there are multiple timelines, we are in the wrong one. I want to be in the other one. The one where shit makes sense.
I agree. well, since we're running a little long, I'll just say, to close this out. We see the play at hand. We see what they're trying to do. The trolls are always going to come out in full force. And half of the people online are not even real people. Half of them are bots. Troll farms run rampant across the U.S. and across the globe. A lot of the people that comment on things probably aren't even in America. So, but I mean, don't take no comfort in that, because there are a lot of dumbasses here in America too. There are a lot of people that are going to push propaganda and push agendas because they just want to sow chaos and division. And the only thing that we can do is the people with common sense, is continue to fight and prevail over the stupidity that you see here currently on our shores and our lands. Unfortunately, your fellow Americans, your fellow brethren have been corrupted mentally. It's like a plague of disinformation, and a lot of people are susceptible to it. I use common sense as my compass. Just a slight deviation. I sometimes wander into the conspiracy realm because I'm intrigued by some of the theories. But I never, ever allow myself to be consumed by them. Common sense has always been my compass. This is how I don't go down rabbit holes. This is how I don't get stuck and don't get tricked like the people that were in the Q movement. This is why I don't allow myself to be deceived, because you have to pass the smell test. It has to be common sense. Common sense is my compass. It's my guide to everything in this life. If it doesn't make sense to me, and if you can't make it make sense to me, because I do have an open mind, but not so open to where my fucking brain's going to fall out of my skull. It's all about balance, having common sense. And so for us individuals, to the people that are going to watch this video and that actually like it, especially if you stayed this long, if you stayed to the end, and you get a salute, you get a big special thanks to watching it this long. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Seriously, we appreciate you. And we know that you have common sense. Unless you're one of those who just likes to hate watch and get off on it some kind of weird way. And in which case, please don't subscribe to my channel and don't ever watch my shit ever again. But for those of us with common sense, if we continue to stick together, and we can continue to fight, then we can add to those numbers that I'm always talking about. We can add to those numbers. And with those numbers, we can overcome all this dumb shit that's out here. Because, as I always say, and I always end these videos, when we have the numbers, we're stronger together. I'd like to thank everybody who's watched this long. And if you like the content, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe only if you like the content. But at this point, I would appreciate it if you just liked it, because the haters are going to downvote damn near every video I do, which is going to prevent you from seeing it to the people who actually agree with this content. So when we have the numbers, we're stronger together. Let's stick together. Let's get past the racism. Let's get past all the shit that divides us. Racism is still going to exist, but we got some pretty big fish to fry at this point. Not saying let go, not saying don't pay attention to racism. Of course not. We have to learn to balance the two. Two things can be true at the same time. See y'all next time.